Light pop there. You're hoping for blacks and whites. Okay. Now, there's your mother of pearl. We can definitely see that there's no pearls on that side. And there's no more in that one. So you have got a lemon yellow to start with. He does look like he's quite a good sized lemon yellow. And does look like he's got a slight little imperfection just at the bottom there. Okay, so lemon yellow to start. Moving on to oyster number 2. Lights pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. You've got a chocolatey olive green. So this one is a base chocolate, and then he's got like this silvery olive green overtone. He does have a little imperfection there and there as well. And again, if you're not happy with that, I can swap him for you at the end. But you can definitely see more silver chocolate and then more olive green as you go around. Your third oyster. Again, lighter pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. So we've got a TARDIS blue. Now, this TARDIS blue is slightly too tonal, but overall is more of the slightly darker TARDIS blue shade. And then your last oyster, slight double pop again. And there is definitely a peeper on the top, but there's no more in there. So straight away up here, and you're twinning. And there's no more in that one. And you are twinning with, again, chocolatey olive green kind of pearls. So if I show you around each pearl, visually they do look like they're different sizes. See, this one looks like he's got more of that olivey green tone. This one looks more of the silver chocolatey tone. Okay, and that one is visually larger. So you've got a lemon yellow, chocolate silver olive green, a TARDIS blue, and then twinning chocolate silver olive greens as well. Now, Jill, I'll need to know which 2 you would like to have on your fittings. If, of course, you're not happy with any of these, we can swap them for you. It's completely up to you. Let me run them through the board for you. So the TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The first chocolatey olive green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. And then twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. And his twin is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. So they visually look like they're slightly different sizes, but they are measuring the same size. Do I have black and white? I do. How many are you looking for? Is it just one of each? So one black and one white? So if you're happy with those there, I'll need to know which two you'd like to swap out. So take the blue and the first olive green as the swaps. So then you'd like to have the black and the white on the fittings, and then these three as your loose pearls. Is that correct? So take those two for the swaps, black and white on the fittings, and then the last three you'd be happy with. Just confirm if that's all correct, my lovely. Yes, brilliant. So let's just take these two away, and then I'll write, oh, couldn't grab that then. I'll write all of that down for you. So if I bring you back up, and we're going to have the black and white on there. And then these three are your loose pearls. Perfect. Jill, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. And I've just popped that safely up there for you as well. Okay, I'm sorry, I've just seen that some of you may be glitching or buffering tonight. Hopefully it's not a lot of you, and those who it is doing it for, have you tried coming out and coming back in? Sometimes that helps, but I hope it sorts itself out. Okay, so Katie, I was just about to say, Katie, you're up next. Hello. So you've ordered an oyster as well, so let me have a look and I can add your orders together if so. Okay, so let's have a look here. So same name and address. So we'll do your normal openings first and then the 25 pearl oyster afterwards, if that's okay. So normal openings, you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with the 5, you can have oysters or egg pops or a mix of each. Which 5 would you like? And then what we'll do is we'll keep all of the pearls from the 5 openings in the sand, open up the 25 pearl oyster as well, and then we can go from there with all the pearls together on which ones you'd like on the jewellery or not. So let's just mark that you are here as well. Oysters, so 5 oysters. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you go, sorry, Kirsty. If you go out and back in, you'll be forced to watch another GHD advert and have mad hair envy to add to your pearl envy. Oh, bless you. I'm sorry for laughing. I didn't realise that was the advert that was on the live. That's funny, but not funny. Bless you. Right, let's go down. So, 5 oysters. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells here? So, oyster number 1. light pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. So there's no pearls on that side. I'm going to pop the shells to the side, but if you would like to keep them, let me know and I can bring it back. Straight away with this one, I can see 2 pearls towards the side there. Oh, 1 and 2. And let's have a squidge. There's no more in that one. So you are twinning. Twinning with darker pearls here. So again, they are like a chocolatey silver olive green. So this one's more of a bit, oh, he's got an imperfection as well. More of a base chocolate with that silver olive green. And we do have a little imperfection there. And then number 2, again, this, oh, let's just wipe that off there. Oh, actually, I think that might be, no, you have they are slightly spotted with this pearl. So again, another chocolate silver olive green, and those little white spots are little inclusions there. So again, if you're not happy with that, we can swap it at the end for you. So starting off with those gorgeous darker twins, oyster number 2, double pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And there's no more in that one. And you have got a darker gunmetal grey. Again, is that an inclusion there? Sorry, when I'm putting it down, I'm just wiping it on here just to see if it wipes away. Yeah, so that was just something from the oyster itself, so it's come away as you can see there. So you've got a darker gunmetal grey. Your next oyster, light pop there. Oh, and I've opened this up. The flesh has stayed on the top actually, and 2 pearls have become runaways. There's no pearls in that one. And let me just have a squidge, and there's a 3rd pearl there. Squidge in here. And there's no more in that one. So you have triples. 3 pearls in that oyster. So you've got a darker gunmetal grey, a grape purple, and a slightly brighter autumn peach as well. And then still 2 oysters to go. So moving on to your next one. Light pop there. There's a little bit of a pearl blister in that one, but we can see that there's no pearls there at all. Okay, so that dark bit there is just the oyster tail, that's not a pearl at all. And we've got another darker pearl. And here is the gunmetal grey. Again, almost black with this one. And then your last oyster. Is there something on the tray? Oh, sorry, the oyster. Let me just hold the oyster. No, if there was a pearl there, it would sort of move around. If you want me to hold everything up, I can do so, but I can't see anything on there. So, light pop there. There's your mother of pearls. So there's no pearls on that side. And I can see a beautiful blurple pearl. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so here is your Blurple. So Blurple is a mix between a blue and a purple. So in some lights it's going to be more blue, in some lights it's going to be more purple. What do you think to these? If you're happy with these, Kate, then they're yours. If you're not happy, we can swap them for you. We do still have the 25 pearl oyster to open, but I will go through and measure these first. And if at this point there's any swaps that you'd like to do, let me know. If you prefer to wait to the end, that's absolutely fine. So you've got twinning silver, chocolate silver olive greens, gunmetal grey, grape purple, autumn peach, gunmetal grey, and a Blurple. So twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5 as well, so they're the same size there. The first gunmetal is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The gunmetal from the triple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Grape purples, not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. And then the gunmetal, the last one is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the Blurple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he is an 8. Now I've moved all of them over just to make room for the 25 pearl oyster. Like I say, if you do have any here that you'd like to swap now, do let me know. If not, I will continue with the next oyster. So with the 25 pearl oyster one, would you still like to donate the shells there, or would you prefer to keep those ones? Just going to have a sip of my drink and then we'll get that one for you. So, in here, donate as well, perfect. Let's get him open. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for that you may not have had yet? Or are we just going to wait and see what comes out and then go from there? Okay, so good luck, Katie. Soft, lighter pop there. Oh! So we've got 2 runaways already, 1 and 2. Now as I open this up, see lots of pearls in and around here. Okay, so there are some on this side, so let's just pour those out. And then we can definitely see there's no more here. And then let's have a squidge in here. Okay, so there's no more in that one, but let me just count this up first before I move that to the side. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24. Now I'm just going to count that again because, yeah, they may have... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. Yeah, there is 25. The first one went under the kitchen towel as I was counting it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to dry these up for you, and then I will go through all of the colours. Now what I'm going to do is pop the darker pearls at the top, Katie, lighter pearls towards the bottom, and I will go through all of the colours for you. If you're happy for me to measure the largest and smallest, let me know. If not, I can measure all of them for you. That's not a problem, but again, just let me know if that's okay. Okay, so start with your darker pearls first here. So first one is a darker gunmetal grey, almost like a darker silver. Is that pleased to measuring them all, my lovely? Just confirm. Just because I asked you 2 questions, I do it to myself. I ask 2 questions, and then when you answer, I never know which one it's to. Your second pearl is a lighter silver bells, so lighter silver. Again, a silver bells. This one's got a hint of chocolate to him. And then you've got a chocolate silver again. So darker gunmetal silver, silver bells, silver chocolate, and then again it's another silver chocolate, which is slightly darker chocolate there. Just taking this piece of shell out of the sand. Okay, so there's 4. And then you've got this chocolatey bronze, which is almost like a light reddy chocolate bronze, moving through to a brighter burgundy red. If we then go on to your greens, you've got a dark forest green, another dark forest green, and a lighter sea green. No, I thought he could be, he is definitely a silver sea green. I was just looking to make sure he wasn't a sea blue then, but no, he is definitely a silver sea green there. So a lighter silver sea green. And then you've got a 2-tonal apple green as well. So you've got lighter and darker areas there with your apple green. You've got a 2-tonal icy blue, so lighter and brighter icy blue. And a Pepsi blue as well. You've got a grape purple, lilac purple, and a baby pink. A slightly brighter baby pink, so more of a blush pink, sorry, so baby pink and blush pink. And then you've got a candy floss pink, a watermelon, a bright coral, a slightly lighter coral, 2-tonal autumn peach with lighter and brighter autumn peach areas, a light autumn peach, a cream, a lemon yellow, and a slightly 2-tonal gold. So it's more of a pastel gold as well, being 2-tonal. Okay, what do you think to all of these as well, Katie? Again, if you're happy with these, then they are yours, and I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. If you're not happy, I can swap them for you as well. If you would prefer to take a screenshot and then email me the colour choices across, then that's absolutely fine. I can do that for you, so it's completely up to you. So I'll go through and measure all of these as well. And then, yeah, let me know what you think and what you'd like to do. So, the darker gunmetal silver at the front is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the silver bells It's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Silver chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the second silver chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The brick red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the burgundy red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Darker forest green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. Not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the second green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Light silver sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the two-tonal apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Two-tonal icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And Pepsi blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Light grape purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the lilac purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Baby pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Candy floss pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Brighter coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And lighter coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Two-tonal autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Lighter autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Cream is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Your two-tonal gold at the end is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Okay, Katie, what do you think to all of these? Which ones would you like where? I'm just going to move your other pearls a little bit closer, just so then hopefully we can see all of the pearls just a little bit more clearly. If I hold them up like this, yeah, and now they're all closer together, we can hopefully see them a little bit more. Love them. Okay, do you know which ones you would like on your jewellery? Or would you like some time to think about it and you can email me the colours over? I'm glad you're happy with them though. Oh, congratulations, Rhiannon.